Remy Ma and Papoose, round 100. Fight! Yeah, so this time Papoose is speaking. For the first time, Papoose got on IG Live and he spoke his side of the story. Now that Papoose spoke his side of the story, Remy Ma got some explaining to do. Remy Ma was exposed as a liar. Remy Ma was deceitful. You know what I'm saying? Papoose shed light on it. Now, if you paid attention to it, you would see what I'm talking about. But a lot of y'all are so fanned out that y'all ain't understand why he was always quiet. Why Papoose didn't like going to the internet. But there's a reason why. But he said, this time I had to go. She was speaking on my daughter. I don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? But obviously Remy is bringing kids into this, and Papoose felt it was time that he addresses some issue. Well, Remy Ma is going to get exposed. Remy Ma said this right here, and we're going to expose it. How she is deceitful. Let's get to it.
And the whole situation, she had any ill will towards me. Nobody. I mean, you're just not, you're punching the air. That my air, I've never breathed so freely in my life. Okay.
That's one. Let's start there. I never breathed so freely in my life. So she is not even claiming Easy the Black Captain. The person who she destroyed her family for, she's not even claiming him. At one point in this live, which is like an hour, she said, I'm free, I'm single, blah, blah. So what happened? Was it just a fling? Did you throw away your marriage, your kids, everything, your whole life for a jump off? Like, who does that at 40? Doesn't make sense to me. That you would say, I'm free, like you're happy that that you destroyed your relationship. You happy you destroyed it? I'm free. Now, here comes the lie we're going to expose. Let's get to that.
I couldn't take it anymore. I said, hey, this ain't what it is. We can't keep doing this.
She said she couldn't take it anymore. You couldn't take it anymore, so why didn't you let Papoose know? Why did he have to confront you about the situation? Why did he have to confront you if you couldn't take it anymore? You ain't let him know that. You did not let him know that you couldn't take it anymore.
We talking about people being truthful. Truthful? The truth, you will probably literally, like, people will cry if they knew the truth. Like, literally cry. Like, cry. I look at it now, and I feel sorry for old girl. Like, I feel sorry for her. Because I know
She said truthful. She's speaking like Remy Ma is being truthful. She said being truthful? Oh, Remy, the truth is not in you. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't mention the word truthful and you. You are not truthful. How do I know you are not truthful? Two sides to the story. Now, Papoose came out and he said something that was very interesting. Let's play Papoose part right now. Let's get to Papoose and see if Remy is truthful. As she says, truthful? Because that's what she said. Truthful? Making it look like she's telling the truth, which we will see right now. Let's go. Now we're going to hear Papoose side of the story. There's always two sides to a story. Remy Ma says she was truthful. She's always truthful in the whole situation. That's what Remy said. So now let's see if it matches up with what Papoose say. Let's get to that. Papoose don't do the IG. He don't air out his personal issues, his personal family issues. He don't do these things. So when I see Papoose get on the social media, get on the IGs, I know it was serious. It was serious. And Papoose is gonna say some things that made me look at Remy a wholly different light, which I already been done. I already knew it was true. It was confirmed. She even lied about that. So she is not truthful in nothing she says. She even lied about that. But let's get to the video. Let's hear what Papoose got to say.
So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why?
So he brought it to her attention that he found out. So remember, she said, we can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. Then why didn't you let him know you couldn't do it anymore? Why did he have to find out through his private eye, his investigation, through a lot of sources? He found out you were sleeping with the so-called lame. That's what he's going to call him through the whole IG live. You know, that's the funny part about it. Papoose is calling him the lame through the whole thing. So when you hear the lame, he's referring to Easy the Black Captain, aka Two Clean Johns. That's who he's referring to when he says the lame. So he said he had to bring it to her attention. Remember, Remy said, you know, we couldn't do this no more, or we can't do this no more. But you ain't let Papoose know. He had to bring it to your attention. And then when he brought it to your attention, what does she say, Papoose?
Why him out of all people? Not Goods, not Hitman. My word is my bond is my life.
And then Remy Ma said, not Goods, not Hitman. Why are him of all people? See, even she's playing him. Even she's playing Easy the Black Captain. She said, why him of all people? Not Goods, not Hitman. So she's making it look like she ain't do nothing with him when she did something with him the whole time. She did something with him the whole time. Deceitful, she's lying. The truth is not in her. She said she's been truthful the whole time. Well, the truth is not in you. He asked you about it and you try to shake it off like, why him? Not Goods, not Hitman. Why Easy? Your words.
I should give my life before my words shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat.
He was running his mouth. Easy was running his mouth and it came back to Papoose. Easy was running his mouth. Pillow talking. Now I'm saying, see, when you play the game, even though it was wrong to break the bro code, but when you play the game, bro, you can't tell nobody. Because don't nobody want to see you, with Remy Ma. Like, even if you told your boys, they don't want to see you with Remy Ma. They're going to tell. Obviously, they told. And it got back to Papoose. So, Easy was pillow talking. It got back to Papoose. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, he asked Remy about it. Remy is lying. But y'all seen in her live, she said she's truthful. She always tell the truth. Where's the truth now? Where is the truth? Let's get back to it.
This nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my...
It's not the first time she cheated. But this is the first time we know of her cheating. But Papoose said he's trying to fulfill his vow through sickness, through health, through all of that. That's why he stuck around. But this not the first time she cheated. How many times did she cheat if this not the first? Probably plenty of times. That's how Remy give it up. But she want to portray to the media black love, black excellence and all this. And you out here stepping out on your vows, Remy? This ain't the first time. But this the first time it got out to the media like this. This ain't the first time Papoose said, y'all, pay attention to what he's saying. And Remy's mad because Papoose is looking like a saint in the whole thing. Papoose is coming out looking like a saint. And she don't like that. Because she's looking like the villain, which you are. He had to confront you about it. Then when he confronted you about it, you lied. And you threw Easy under the bus and said, him? I would never sleep with him. That's what you meant. Like, ew, him? But you was the whole time. But you was. You lowered your standards to go sleep with a pawn. You had a king, and you go and went and slept with a pawn. You went and slept with the help. You went and slept with the rook. You went and slept with the servant. You know what I'm saying? Went and slept with the servant. Nasty work.
A wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health. Sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse, and death do us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I find out she's cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out.
Papoose even said you a liar. He said, when I found out you was dealing with the lame, I confronted you about it. You lied. You went to therapy. You said we was going to fix this. And then you still stepped out. Still stepped out. And now you mad because Papoose is doing better than you. He has somebody. You got nobody. You said you're single, right? You're single. I'm single again. I'm back on the prowl. That's you. You're single. Papoose is doing good. He got a nice woman. And you always talk about her looks. Oh, Clarissa Shield look like this. She look like that. Looks ain't everything. He had a beautiful woman like you. And look what you did. You stabbed him in the back. You stabbed him in the back. You look good. But you stabbed him in the back. So, I'm not going to base a relationship on looks. Because you could look good as you want to be. It doesn't mean I'm going to be happy. Happiness is within, bro. Happiness is how you treat me. You know what I'm saying? So, Papoose is happy now. And Remy, she's salty. Keep throwing shots their way. Now releasing text messages and putting everything on the internet. Why? You 40 years old. You putting everything on the internet. This is Papoose first and only time probably speaking about this whole situation. So we're going to take it and digest it for what it is. Because you ain't going to come back on this and talk about this no more. But you is, Remy. you're gonna talk about this the whole time. You know what I'm saying? The whole time.
Now, check it out. So when we go to therapy,